Ethan Cole had spent 10 years chasing a theory most scientists dismissed as fantasy. Time wasn't a straight line, it was a loop, fragile and bendable. The night it finally worked, there was no applause, no dramatic music, just the hum of machines and the flicker of a dim lab light. And then silence. The device pulsed once. Ethan was gone. He woke up gasping, sprawled on cold grass under a sky he hadn't seen in years. Not because the sky had changed, but because he had. The air smelled different, cleaner, lighter. A breeze rustled through trees that had long since been cut down in his present. His heart began to pound. No way. He stood up slowly, turning in circles. The old park, the broken swing set, the graffiti-covered bench. This was his childhood neighborhood. And then he saw him. A boy maybe 12 years old sat on that same bench, sketching something in a worn notebook. Ethan froze. The messy hair, the focused eyes, the nervous habit of biting the pencil. It was him. For a moment, Ethan couldn't move. Every instinct screamed at him to run, to disappear, to avoid the paradox. But another voice, quieter, heavier, whispered, "You came here for a reason." He approached slowly. "Hey," Ethan said. The boy looked up. Hi." Ethan swallowed. Hearing his own voice from years ago felt surreal. "What are you drawing?" The boy hesitated, then turned the notebook. It was a sketch of a strange machine, rings, wires, something that vaguely resembled Ethan's invention. "I want to build something amazing someday," the boy said shyly. "Something no one else has ever done." Ethan felt a chill. "You will," he said. The boy smiled. "Yeah? How do you know?" Ethan paused. "Because Yamiu." Instead, he said, "Because you don't give up easily." They talked for what felt like hours. About dreams, about fear, about how the world often laughs before it listens. Ethan noticed things he had forgotten: how hopeful he used to be, how curious, how fearless. "What happens if I fail?" the boy suddenly asked. Ethan looked at him carefully. He remembered this moment. This exact question. It had shaped everything. "You will fail," Ethan said honestly. The boy's face fell. "But that's not the end," Ethan continued. "It's just part of the path. The only real failure is quitting." The boy nodded slowly, absorbing every word. As the sun began to set, Ethan felt something strange, a pull, like gravity tightening around him. Time was correcting itself. He didn't have much longer. "Wait," the boy said. "Will I see you again?" Ethan smiled, a mix of sadness and peace in his eyes. "You already have." The boy frowned, confused. "What's your name?" he asked. Ethan hesitated. Then he said it. "Ethan." The world blurred. The park dissolved into streaks of light. And suddenly, he was back in the lab. The machines were silent again. Everything looked the same. But something felt different. On his desk lay an old notebook, one he hadn't seen in years. With trembling hands, Ethan opened it. Inside was a drawing of the time machine. And beneath it, written in messy handwriting, "Met a man today. He said I shouldn't give up." Ethan sat down slowly, overwhelmed. All this time, he thought he had invented time travel. But now he understood the truth. He hadn't created it. He had become the reason it existed. And somewhere, in the past, a young boy looked up at the sky, believing in something impossible, because one day, he already had.